taking your motion study and rendering it as a video, which you can share as an MP4. So in the last video I showed you how to create the motion study, okay, and here's the one I'm working with. If I click edit, you can kind of see it. So let's just show you again kind of what it does, put it on loop, I sped it up, and I'm clicking play, and it's just going to go through it. All right, so the drivetrain is going forward, and the arm is raising and falling. All right, so I'm going to click OK here. That's going to go away. And I need to change the workspace I'm in. All right, so I'm in a design workspace, and I need to change that to render. So I go to render. I'm going to pause at some steps here because it might take it a little longer than I like. Let's see. Well, the computer's frozen up, so can't even pause the video, I don't think, right now. Give it some time because it can take a little bit of time as you're trying to do these things. My workspace is open, so now I'm going to click on this little tea kettle that says render. And here's where we have some options to customize. So what I would do is just leave it at custom. We can do cloud render, all right, and we're going to do standard. It's important you do standard and not final, because although with the educational license we have unlimited cloud credits, what's going to happen is there are purchases to make that we have a cap on, right? And so with the education license, 16 credits is the most expensive thing we can, service we can buy. And so if you try to do the final, it's going to be a very high quality image, and they're going to need more than 16 credits to do that. So I guess it's fair, they're providing it for free, that we can't, necessarily get the best quality of things. But for this point, I'm going to click render. All right, and it says it's going to take less than 10 minutes. I'm going to pause it at this point so I can show you the next step when it's ready. You'll see that it's ready to, it's working on it by showing this green clock face. So I checked Fusion 360 5-6 minutes later, and it was done. I could tell it was done because the green clock face went away and there was an image here, a thumbnail. So at this point you click on that thumbnail and this is what pops up, all right? And what you want to do is click here for motion study, okay? And as long as you only have a single motion study in there, that's the only one it's going to work with, so it makes it simple. Now here's where it says you exceeded your limit of 16 cloud credits by 2. So the way we can get around that is by changing from custom as our image size to this one right here. This is going to be too big, I know because I've tried. So I go down to this one, and it's 12 credits, okay? So you say, great, you click render, and then it finishes rendering that, which will take another small amount of time. I'll pause and show you the final thing when it's done. Alrighty, and another 5 minutes or so later, I came back to Fusion 360, checked it, it was finished, so I click here. It's going to open up, and then I can click play to see the final rendered video. All right, and of course, it looks like in this motion study, I got the tires going the wrong direction somehow, but that's okay. I have another one I like. So at this point, this is where you can save it as an MP4. So you would go to this little, I'll pause this for a sec. You go to this download button right here, and you can download the motion study as a video. All right, and that's what I would recommend doing. And then I would actually just save that to your Google Drive folder for robotics. You can share that with me. You can post it, you can do whatever you want with it. It's pretty cool. So that's the final step in the process. I hope you had fun putting together these virtual Clawbots. And I look forward to seeing what you all have created.